want to keep it kind of on a real note tonight. We're having so much fun, everything's really light, but I also want to pay homage to our ancestry. Now, I can't see you guys out here right now, but raise your hand if you come from a family of immigrants. That's a lot of hands. That's a lot of hands. Now, let me say, we owe so much to our ancestors and the people who came here for us. This poem is for them. Woo! Get it? I escaped by boat, wrote down everything I saw. I remember the salt. We were drenched in it. Through midday, through darkness, a crowd of people, paranoid of Thai pirates, American pilots, only a compass to guide us. I was old enough to remember, young enough to lose my innocence, to napalm, carpet bombs, inflation and the fall of Saigon, the Viet Cong. Everyone fighting to find their freedom. I remember waves crashing down on our cargo boat endlessly. Will history remember it as Liberation Day, or the day we lost our country? April 30, 1975. Only a month passed when my family fled into the night, 100 kilometers east, 60 miles, hiding in silence. Our possessions in piles, we were pouring fuel so close to the fire. We were a stain of ink on an ocean, hoping not to get washed away. I remember everything hurt. I remember everyone was tired, but Ma said, back home is worse. We were constantly being spied on. We had to conspire a gamble for your brother, your sister, your future. On the 7th night, the boat never stopped rocking. My stomach was sick. My spirit left my body to start dying, but my mom's cold, frail hands guided my eyes to Orion. His belt glistened with brilliance. Never once wavered through the night. My soul needed something stable, so the stars poured themselves into my eyes. And the next morning, I wake. Terengganu on the Malaysian coast was still 700 kilometers away. We each said our prayers as we stared at the endless sea. Amen. Aidafa. Lord, help us find peace. We were 23 people, bonded, not by our beliefs, but by our trials. Beneath our prayers and appearances, we were all just human, and our suffering ripped open our scars to let in life's lessons. And we mend, and we mend, and we mend. But we can never forget the tears across our skin, the terrors of our country now lost, the tears of our kin. So I devoted myself to telling the story of a second chance to the next generation. The story of the day we finally reached solid land. No more rocking or tossing. Salt from the ocean was washed away by salt from our tears. The first shred of hope after inches from death in the trenches of fear. The sun gave us new breath on an island of sorrow and celebration. At night, we lit lanterns without the thought of getting caught by dangers. We gathered around fires, and children played along the bay carefree, free to create a world in their mind less marred by the war, by the blood of their ancestors and their country's fate. And me, I sat down to observe, poring over my scraps of paper with my pen, almost vacant of ink. I had to choose what to keep, to choose what to make last longer than my memory. You see, in history, the pen is unparalleled because it proliferates stories for centuries longer than speech. And I was the one, Ocean, who held the responsibility to tell and retell our story, our odyssey from bloody coast to promising glorious opportunity. Even now, with so many years ahead of me, so many memories behind me, I still remember my odyssey across the ocean, connecting me to my infinite ancestry. I came here by boat, wrote down everything I saw. I remember the salt. I'm still drenched in it, through midday, through darkness.